Yeah. Baby mama terrorist. BMT. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama. She be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. Round around, try to play the role as innocent with an evil soul. In public, wearing fake hellos. Behind closed doors, she rock them horns. I moved on, she wanna teach me a lesson. Can't see my kids, man, I'm stressing. Couldn't see my son to give me his present. She got married to teach me a lesson. Telling people she did nothing wrong. Knowing that well since I moved on. Thought that money would keep me home. Hell no, bitch, I'm gone. I don't know what you lost your mind. Try to say my name, but I know your kind. Saying I'm a deadbeat, bitch, you lying. Fighting in court, man, I'm trying to be a father to my kids. she focus on the wrong shit. Worried about another being instead of us co-parent. Put my kids in grown folks' business. Tell them lies, bitch, you wicked. Split personality, oh yeah, you twisted. Never thought I'd go through this. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups.
Yeah.
All stand, please. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. The solemn court now stands adjourned, sine die. God save the state and this honorable court.
Yeah. May be seated, motherfuckers. Man, shout out to the baby mama terrorists, bounty hunters. I'm your host, Mr. Palmer, and what we're going to talk about today, yes, a melanated queen who says I'm weak and bitter because of the skit that I post on Instagram. So now, just to let y'all know, I'm on trial because I got to prove my innocence that I'm not weak and bitter. And we're going to do this from a Kevin Samuels perspective. And I'm going to state my case, and then we're going to decide is I'm innocent or guilty. But before we get this thing started, I want to give a shout out to Mr. MVP. I want to give a shout out to my man, Mr. Dukes, all the way from the UK. Gotta give a shout out to Jay Lon. Gotta give a shout out to the DA, Gail Lockett. Gotta give a shout out to Clan Killer, my boy Ray. If you can, Ray, yeah, make that happen, bro. If you can, he good people. Gotta give a shout out to Julius Mays. And once again, shout out to him for that video was talking about the economic perspective of child support and how I've been saying this, everybody else been saying it. Child support is so screwed up. It's all about that $51 billion crime bill. Gotta give a shout out to John Doe that's up in the building. My boy Leroy from the West Coast. And everybody that's up in here. If y'all can. Oh, never mind. It's 29 people in here. 30 likes. I appreciate that. Man, that's what's up. Shout out to Mr. Hall. He say the CEO keep your veins cold production. Mr. Palmer, peace. That's what I'm talking about. What we gonna talk today to y'all today is about the skit that I did. Y'all saw the full skit on the YouTube page, right? So what I did, I posted a sample. What's up, J Ham? I posted a sample on the Fuck Child Support Instagram, and I put a snippet on there so they could come on to YouTube. Because I'll try to get people to definitely come on the YouTube platform because that's where it is. Shout out to Ramil. Came up in the building. For those who not subscribed to him, please subscribe. That's my partner. And we definitely getting in on this network. We got that pump and dump single. We making things happen, man. That's what happened when men and brothers come together as one. You know, that's what we do over here. So I'm gonna let y'all see the skit that I posted. Y'all, it's in the link if y'all want to see the full video. But I put this on Facebook this morning. The reason why I did it, like I said, is to get the team to come all the way over here. Because once if everybody from Instagram and Facebook come over on this platform, it's a wrap. And it's slowly coming though. So shout out to y'all that came from Facebook who came from Instagram that's following the platform. So this is what I post, and I know some of y'all probably didn't see it. Let y'all, it's just a minute. And basically what the skit is about is these baby mama terrorists that put men on child support. One, they doing it for failing relationships. Two, they want to have control. And then you're not even allowed to see your kids like you want. You know, you got the fathers that want equal parenting. They was around being equal parenting when they was together or when they was married. But now that you're not with the woman no more, the baby mama terrorist, now all of a sudden it's every other weekend, alienation. She want that child support though, but she don't want equal parenting time. That's the shit I don't get about these baby mama terrorists. I asked many of them this question. Why do you want 25% or 20% when you get 50-50 equal parenting and split down the middle? They don't answer that question, or they sit back and say, the courts did it. The judge did it. I didn't do that. The judge did. Yeah, but you have the power to say, I don't want child support involved, especially if you're going through a divorce. You have that power. Just like you have the power to say, I don't want this kid, or I do want this kid. And y'all know this shit, but y'all play stupid when I ask that question. But that's okay. So here, the skit is saying, when you're dealing with a baby mama terrorist and you ain't allowed to see your kids, she's setting you up for failure. She don't want equal parenting. She's a devil's son-in-law. When she call you, talking about she want extra money because they quick to say, yeah, I got his child support, but now I expect you to pay half of this, even though you're paying $1,000 a month, $500, I don't care what it is. You didn't want the equal parent time, but you want equal money when it comes to your spending. Oh no. If that's the case, child support, the judge tell you he's only obligated to pay that child support. That's all they care about because they get a piece of that. So if he do anything extra, he does not have to. It's a gift. That's what they tell y'all. It's a gift. And I told y'all, you dealing with a baby mama terrorist that's just like that, you keep your veins cold and pay your child support and live your life and wash your hands and move on. So here's the skit. Just a snippet. But if y'all want to see the full clip, it's in the video chat. I mean the video. Just click the link. All right.
Hey, baby daddy.
Yeah, what's up?
So I was thinking, I want our baby to, be advanced in life or whatever. So right now they're doing karate class at the YMCA and it's $300. So I was thinking I go half, you go half, and then our baby gonna be, Cobra Kai up in this bitch.
Child support.
I'm sorry, what?
Child support.
Okay, yeah, you pay a little child support, but that goes for clothes, shoes, stuff to support the child. It's an extracurricular activity, so it's extra.
Child support.
He said he's saying child support. Like
It's my baby mama terrorist. Almost child support. Can't.
So that right there was a snippet. And when I put it on IG, it was one queen that got triggered. Now, Coach Greg Adams, he say, hey, I love it. People laughing about, the song at the end. And a lot of people say, keep the veins cold. They know what I'm talking about. But then, let me find it. You have, hold on, let me find it. Where's it at? You always have that one. Let me see. Okay. This is where it started. This happened like 4 hours ago. And then she got 2 likes that for what she said, they agreed, simping for us when the baby mama terrorist supporter. Because it's 10,700 people that follows the IG. And I know everybody don't support it. Some on it for entertainment, some on it for guidance, knowledge, and a place to vent, and that do support the page, but I'm sure it ain't 100%. I'm sure it's not even 50%. But let me read what she say. She got the laughing emoji. She say, you said, bruh, I pray for you to stop being so bitter. Poor child gotta miss out because they daddy be so mad at the mama. Stupid old father should just get shared parenting to cut out child support, but they don't want the responsibility of shared parenting. You weak. How about you show other bitter men like the ones in the comments how to get shared parenting instead of teaching them how to be bitches with dick. And I guess she got the head over her head, emoji. So she had a lot of comments, and then I replied back. For the most part, I usually reply back, especially when it comes to disagreements like this, assumptions or whatever. And you know me, I did my laugh, I clapped, I said, thank you, Queen. So now, you will unfollow the page and move around. Because my thing, if you're against what I'm talking about, then I know you're not gonna come back on this page and keep entertaining the fuckery and the bullshit. Why would you want to keep looking at a weak ass nigga page? That's what I say. Because there's so many pages with these my baby daddy ain't shit, pay your child support, pay it or else. Calling me a deadbeat page, shit like that. I go on there, check it out. May say a comment, may not. But after that, I ain't going back on that motherfucker. I don't care about it. They have the right to talk about whatever they do, just like I have the right to say what the fuck I say. So my boy SD came in, and said, nah, everything you are to receive, you can receive via child support. The system you put in my business and life. If you want more, go back to court, but there will be no extras given, just on the strength. And then I told him it's a waste of time trying to explain. And I told him truth hurts. She knows exactly what it is, but she doesn't want to go against the code. Take heed from this. And people thought I was going to delete it or block it and all that. No, I don't do that. When they say stuff like this, I respond, not talk to them. When I see they talking outside too much of the side of their mouth, they're not going about my business. But we would talk, I just talk and everything. Even Marv Dukes said something. Being realistic, we live in reality here, of course. So now this brother right here actually tried to talk to her, talk some sense, and even say he agreed with some of the stuff he said, what she said. And she was right about the shared parenting. Why shouldn't you should get shared parenting. You should try to get shared parenting. But what she's misguided about is the fact that it don't work like that. It ain't just, you just go to court and you automatically go for shared parenting and you just snap on the fingers, you'll get it. But before I read that, I'm gonna read the super chats right quick. Shout out to Mr. Dukes for the $5 donation. Keep working all, Mr. Palmer. Appreciate you, my brother. Want to give a shout out to Kween for the $4.99 donation. Keep up the work, player. Appreciate you, my brother. So, what the brother said to her was, you missed the message. I like some of your comments, by the way, but how is he going half on something when he's paying child support already? She should be able to pay the full amount because she's getting a percentage from child support anyway. Where's the accountability of her expenses for the child? Where's her money that she makes to take care of the child? Why does he have to tap in twice when he's paying child support? Comment on the video, not the host. We all know most women go into the courtroom wanting full custody, part one. Now, he's telling the truth. We were just talking about this yesterday on that video when it came down to the economic aspects of bullshit child support. When you with that woman, you're on good terms, you married, relationship, what happens? Equal parenting for everything, right? But what end up happening when y'all break up? She don't want to be with you no more. She move on or you move on or whatever. What happens? When you go in that courtroom, she wants sole custody or primary custody. What does the man want 9 times out of 10? Equal parenting. But what happens when you go in that courtroom? You don't get equal parenting time. That baby mama Terrence don't want equal parenting time. She want sole custody or primary parenting. So you may get every other weekend. And then even if you do get every other weekend, you still don't see your kids because she's alienating the father out the picture. And the court's gonna say, you know what? I believe it is right. Yeah, you've been married to her and you was with her for all these years. Y'all planned these kids, but I think it's the best interest of the kids that every other weekend. And don't let her go to court talking about some he hit me, he beat me, and false allegations. Oh, now you finna get maybe once a week for 4 hours under supervision. But they ain't gonna talk about that. It's just easy to just walk in the courtroom, go for but shared parenting or equal parenting. But you don't get that. And it could be brothers who got great jobs, make more money than the woman, but guess what happened? He don't get equal parenting. He do not get equal parenting, guys. So let's continue. But let's, like this brother said, we all know most women go in that courtroom wanting full custody. What example can I prove? Look at the statistics. 85% of men are paying child support and non-custodial parent versus the 15% of women that's non-custodial parent and paying child support, if they even pay. So far, we already know that. Even from an economical standpoint that we saw yesterday, they say the custodial parent, a single baby mama, single motherism, gets 400% times more than the married couple, because that's who they see fit as the beneficiary for them. But let's continue. He also said, now the part I like about your comment is parenting time, but it's unrealistic. If a woman is not willing to share an equal amount of parenting time just to get child support, men should have full rights to 50-50 custody and break down the parenting time to stupidity if they chose to get put on the system. In other words, it should always be 50-50. Now, haven't many people all these years want all these states to say mandatory equal parenting time unless they see he or she is unfit? I know I have. You can go on Facebook, all these different fathers' rights groups, but they say don't nobody try to be fathers. Let me continue. If a woman can't abort, men should have opportunity to decide in the court to have it 50-50. You choose when to abort and you choose parenting time, that's crazy. Then you get child support and want to ask for more money for extra activities for the child, that's clown shit. If my child wants to do karate, we have 50-50 custody, no child support. We can agree on the time and we doing 50-50 split on the karate bill. Let's do it. Women always want equal rights for everything in the world, but when it comes to equal custody rights for men, it's something that you would never see women fight for. Single/married, it should be automatic paternity test during childbirth. You should get crushed by that. But a man will be crushed if he finds out a child ain't his. It should be 50-50 custody if shit don't work, unless man/female decide they don't want the responsibility and accept the role of paying the child support. All in all, you seem like a very smart lady. Maybe you should speak a little more on this platform to help support men on getting equal rights and the importance of accepting parenting time instead of criticizing the host. And I agree with that. She talked with a little bit of sense. So I'm not finna come here and say she a baby mama Terrence, because I don't think she is. I'm not finna sit back and say that she's a dumb bitch, dumb hoe, none of that. Nah. But I will say she got a lack of knowledge. But when you try to explain to a lot of these people, they will tend to deflect. Nah, you just weak and bitter. Nah, you mad. They don't want to hear it, and that's fine. But people who know me, I'm gonna say what I gotta say, and I'm gonna keep doing what I do and keep exposing this shit, because you don't know what the fuck you talking about. But let's continue. Now, she responded back to him and she said, this is the problem. Men think they don't have the same rights as a mother, but y'all do. The same court system women go to is the same one a man can go to get shared parenting rights for their kids. You go and file for shared parenting. You get a court date. You go in front of the judge. Tell that judge you want equal parenting time and responsibility for your child. That judge will ask you and the mother what holidays y'all want, who's going to have a child for the school year, or if the parents are in close range, y'all can set the shit up however y'all see fit. Whatever in the best interest of the child, it would be court ordered, which means y'all both would have to abide by it or face jail time or fines or even lose custody, depending on who go outside, whatever is court ordered. But there will be no more child support unless you owe back child support, and a man can request DNA before they sign a birth certificate. Birth certificate, men should know before their child is born to request a DNA. And a lot of men put themselves on child support because a lot of men don't mind paying and doing extra on the side. They not worried about a bitter bitch. Child support is a joke. Anyway, no mother can take care of a child with just child support alone. They have rent, cars, food, clothes, bills, everyday life plus the kid or kids. That's why women always call for more, but I don't have these problems, thank God. And she don't have no problem, that's good. I don't wish that on nobody. But at the same time, she said you could just go up in the courtroom. I want equal parenting time. The judge say, you know what? I think you're right. Ma'am, let's set up a plan and that's what it's going to be because I believe in that. Now, for those who've been going through court, dealt with the court, who didn't do the oopsie and my bad, I knocked her up and the one time and a one-nighter, who actually went to court, who was in relationships, who was married and stuff, that asked for equal parenting time, didn't have a problem paying the child support, but they wanted equal parenting time. What happened? When you went up in that courtroom, they didn't give a fuck about you being your kid's life. They didn't give a fuck about y'all being married for 10 years. They didn't give a fuck about you working a good job. They didn't give a fuck about you being the lead of the house. They didn't give a fuck about you making $100,000. They don't give a fuck about her still living with her parents when she left you. They don't give a fuck about her living with her great grandparents. What ended up happening? They gave custody to the woman. She didn't want no motherfucking equal parenting time because if she wanted equal parenting time, God damn it, you wouldn't be going to court in the first place. And if you do go to court because you just want to get on paper, which I understand, you want to get on paper, that's cool. Child support don't have to be involved. But what happens with men that go to child support, white, black, blue, or green, is child support involved. It's people that got equal parenting that still pay child support. Instead of them paying $1,000, they pay $500 because they got equal parenting time because he make more money. And the judge, the courts do this shit because they still want a piece of that pie. I know men who paid child support for $2.50 because they gap is that close. And they were so greedy, they took $2.50 off this man. He's paying child support, $2.50, but he got equal parenting time. But let's continue. And I will say, she's telling the truth and say every man should get a DNA test. Every man should get a DNA test. And I agree. If you're around seeing your kids, you take care of your kids, and she's still bitter, you pay your child support and move on. She say pay child support and give extra. You don't give that bitch no extra. If she's caused all this harm, this havoc, sickness, people hating you, people going against you, your mama going against you, her friends, your coworkers, and everything else, you don't get that bitch no extra penny. You pay your child support so you don't go to jail. When you have your kids, you pay you do whatever you want to do with them. You spend your money, live it up to the fullest. But you don't give her shit. Because if she didn't have them kids, she would have to pay rent anyway. And y'all saw the economic video. You got a car, and they said what? When you got a child in the back seat, it don't take away the amount of gas you spend. It don't take away on the maintenance, still the same cost. So what the fuck's the difference? So why do I need to give you extra money? But how the courts do it is, well, you know, especially if you're on welfare and link cards, more money. She really needs it, more money. She's under government daddy. So, but let's continue. Now he talking, but I'm gonna skip down to when I comment. I said, this isn't about real moms. You on the wrong page. And then she says, she talked to Mob Dukes on this one. He's being a clown and misinforming people. That's why y'all agreeing to this weak shit. I never hear him saying how men can have the same rights to their kids and not have to pay no damn child support. Most women got to child support because men won't help or can't help and have to get on welfare. And welfare put y'all ass on child support because what the fuck the county look like? Take care of your kids or kids for free. Then if the mom get a job, welfare get cut, then she's still struggling to depend on a woman to make ends meet. Why a punk ass man talking about a couple of dollars out they check? It's pathetic that men can't see the past, the bullshit, or it's pathetic to not help because it's ill feelings. What about the child? See, here's the thing. The shit that she's saying, she's telling the truth, but she need to talk that to these baby mama terrorists. Because when you're dealing with child support, you don't have to be on Section 8 to be getting child support. Now, if she talks about a standpoint where it's, okay, she ain't working, she on welfare, she get pregnant, she get a check and get welfare, yeah, they coming after the father. That don't have nothing to do technically with the baby mama terrorists, but you got a lot of these baby mama terrorists that will lie and holler welfare. Then one of the brothers on here say, The bitch make $90,000 a year, but she lied on the application, say she only made $24,000. So they gave her Section 8, link card, and everything else. She lied to the system, and he's paying $150 a week at the time. So if she talking about a standpoint of somebody who's on welfare, yeah, you get a woman pregnant that's on welfare, the state coming after you if they know who you are. We not talking about somebody that's on welfare. We talk about motherfuckers that work good jobs, make $50,000, $100,000, $250,000, that make good money, that don't need child support. But that's what they want when you go in that courtroom and y'all going through a divorce or a separation or whatever. They don't want equal parenting time. Why? Because you got just as much control and rights than she do. But they know damn well the more rights and more control they got from that man, the more that man gonna suffer and more money. It's motherfuckers that get $130,000, $140,000 a year, and they want your measly $300, your $400. And if you go back and get your shit modified, they talking about deadbeat and he ain't worth a shit. So it ain't just welfare recipients that's going to court talking about child support. You got these so-called high-value women that's running for the same shit. Lawyers, doctors, nurses, professional careers, license. Why I always tell y'all, the worst baby mama tears is one who got degrees, licenses, and a career, because that's a shield to hide behind. Will set you up for failure. They don't care if they're getting $100 in blood amount from you, long as they taking something out of your livelihood and they ain't going to your bitch you dealing with or your wife or whoever, and they ain't going to the other kids. See, it's deeper than just somebody having sex with somebody on welfare, because like I said, lack of knowledge will kill you. And if you don't know what you're talking about, sometimes it's better to do research. It's better to get a full understanding instead of jumping the gun saying you weak and you bitter, you know what the fuck you talking about. You a hater. You making men bitter. And if to be truth, if these men are bitter, then they was already bitter before I got in the picture with this shit. Believe me, because when I came out with this shit, people saying, man, you saying the shit I've been wanting to say for years. So that means from your logic, they've been bitter for a long time. I ain't making them bitter. It's the baby mama tears that made them bitter. And like I said before, if they mad, bitter, got hate in them because of being alienated, not being able to be a father, being set up for failure, shame, railroad, and everything else, don't you think he or even she has the right to? So you telling me I have no right to be mad or bitter or hateful about what this baby mama tears put me through? So that means I need to suck it up and go about my business. But if a police shooter a 16-year-old out there, then I should be mad, angry, pissed off, bitter. But if I tell you, nah, suck it up and move on, then now I ain't shit. But when it comes to child support, it's suck it up. So like I said, if you're going to say it for everything. When I say keep your veins cold, I ain't just talking about child support. I ain't just talking about the baby mama terrorists. I'm saying about anything in life. You keep your veins cold because it's a cold world out here. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue. Shout out to Perfect Blackness, bro. Now, Big Kev was talking to her. Mob Dukes did too, but I don't want to read everything. He told her, you got your point, but if she did 50-50 split with the time said, trust me, it will be different. It'll be very different. Very different. I hope it's a video on how she got custody the way she got it. She controls the extra money she's getting from child support. And this is why I tell y'all, if you ain't allowed to see your kids and she's causing havoc and manipulating the kid, why would you want to give her extra money? For what? You say you're doing it because you love your kids, but she taking that money to spend on somebody else. Married niggas. She spending on her house, her hair, her nails. She ain't doing shit for the kids. How many of y'all would, even just with y'all child support, you see that when your son or daughter come over, they got old ass, raggedy ass shoes, or they clothes raggedy and shit. And they do it on purpose because they know you're not gonna let them sit in your house like that. You're gonna go buy some more clothes. It's a motherfucking game. But let's continue. So she finally responded back to me. She said, you're a clown. This is not for real women who don't need no crying ass man complaining about take care of their child. I told y'all, when y'all complain about child support, when y'all complain about equal parenting or having some type of equal rights, the first thing they say is you crying and complaining about take care of your kids. Like I told y'all, that's a deflection that they want you to have to keep your mouth closed. That's why a lot of men out here are not saying nothing, but they saying it now. A lot of men are speaking up now. A lot of black men are speaking up now. A lot of men are calling this shit out now. See, and if they ain't calling it out, they send it to me and I'm calling the shit out. See, men are really speaking up in this era, in this day and age, because they tired of the bullshit. And I'm just talking about on the black women's side, we are holding these women accountable for everybody else that don't want to hold them accountable. We are holding them accountable, and that's what I'm doing. I'm holding them all accountable. Now I tell y'all, baby mama terrorists come in all forms, but in this segment, we're gonna talk about these Kween baby mama terrorists. It ain't about the Karen baby mama terrorists. We talking about the queens, because this is a queen right here that said, I'm mad and bitter because I'm crying about child support because I don't want to take care of my kids. Not because I want equal parenting time. Not because I say men should get equal rights. Not because the system is gender biased amongst men. Not because from an economical aspect, child support is full of shit, getting $51 billion and is not going to the best interest of the child. But let's continue. She said that complain, no crying ass man complain about taking care of their child. Y'all made together. Tell them to take they scared, lazy asses to court and get shared parenting. Stop making these men bitter women like you. Okay, and then like I said, the 2 likes from whatever the 2 hoe ass motherfucker coming to a motherfucker defense. But Kev says I'm a parent with equal parenting. So he got 50-50, everything. And I can tell you one thing, women don't like that 50-50 split because they don't want to pay their fair share. They want control. Now, this is a man who got equal parenting. And there's many men on here on this platform as on Instagram that do have equal parenting. Some got sole custody. And they still tell you that these women don't want equal parenting. They don't want to, I'm not using co-parent. They don't want to parent together. They want control. They want a piece of your money and get away with it. Now, she mentioned something, my boy SD Booker. She said a court system a woman is forced into when a man don't want to step up and be a man. She said a woman is forced to go to child support. Ain't no such thing. Oh, it's you? Oh, okay. I'm glad you came in here because I want you to come on this. I want you to come on the live. We're going to talk about this, but I ain't finished yet. Now, since you in here, I'm going to go all the way down to what I said. I said, you are a joker who doesn't like the truth. I understand, but you do know what the word bitter mean. So what you should do is move around, talk to these baby mama terrorists about self-improvement. Don't talk to me. Talk to them about improving themselves. She said, nope. Somebody need to tell these men the truth. And I said, who, you? I said, you can't handle the truth. She said, or men should self-improve and fuck better women. Stop fucking the ones who need welfare that leads to child support. And again, my content ain't about no baby mama terrorists on welfare. I talk about them because they get just as much money for men that make 100,000. But nah. Them are not the worst baby mama terrorists. Them not the worst. They do some ghetto ass ratchet shit, but they can't afford to go back to court like that. You got the ones with degrees and making over 6 figures and everything. Them the ones that got the power because they got a shield to hide behind. And them are the ones that able to go in there and play victim and say, I ain't do nothing. I'm a lawyer. Why would I want to keep him away from his child? See, so it ain't just about nobody on the welfare. But let's and I told her, I said, I'm doing a live at 2:30 discussing why you say I'm mad, we could better. Do you want to come in and state your case? She said the shit you say is true, but you don't tell these men nothing else, like how to go around this weak ass system, how not to pay child support. You always going in on females. We're not the same. It's women out there who get it out the mud and don't ask for child support or nothing. To them men still not helping with the kids. It's not about women that's not about child support. It's not about that. And if you've been on my YouTube page, you will know that I got women on this platform and these women support men. They know damn well I'm not about all women or going against all women. I hate black women. That's not the case. I call our baby mama terrorists. They know damn well a baby mama terrorist and a mother are 2 different individuals. My mother wasn't a baby mama terrorist, but a lot of mothers was, and a lot of mothers are. So, like I said, when it comes to this system, it's definitely gender biased, whether you black, white, blue, or green. It ain't about just some motherfucker on welfare. But let me continue. She says that, like how to go around this weak ass system, how not to pay child support. You always going in on females. We're not the same. She is right. They're not the same. We are not the same. It's women out here who get it out of the mud. Oh, I did read. I'm sorry. And then she said, I told you, you go have to block me if you don't want me on your page. Why would I do that? I don't block women on a page. You more than welcome to come on a page. You can say what you want. Just don't be too disrespectful. I don't mind you call me a clown. It's part of the territory. And Kev laughed and said facts, and I said, false, but I asked you a question. Do you want to go live on what I'm saying? I'm weak and bitter. Do you want to come on and state your case? She said, hell no. She said, hell no. Y'all mad asses can gang up on me and let me apologize because I got in my feelings. I don't know you or your situation to be calling you weak or bitter, but I'll be on some major major bullshit because all BMs are not the same. You speak on all women in the bad way. Seems like, nah, I don't speak on all women because ain't no such thing as all women are baby mama terrorists. All women are piece of shit. All women are stupid. I don't come from that cloth. I can't tell that lie. I got aunties that's not baby mama terrorists. I got cousins that's not baby mama terrorists. Then I got some cousins that are baby mama terrorists. So I'm not gonna ever sit back and say all black women are baby mama terrorists because that's not the case. But let me do the super chats for I forget. And then we're gonna go to the Kevin Samuels aspects of this. Shout out to let me see if I go to Lawrence. Okay, yeah. Shout out to Lawrence Seals for the $5 donation. The sad part is if you find out that the child was not yours, she's frauded you, the judge still don't punish her for lying nor give your money back. Why would they do that? They're gonna tell you, well, you've been paying for this long, you might as well keep paying it. I'm telling you, that's what they're gonna say, bro. Appreciate you. Want to give a shout out to my boy SSP Visions for the $19.99 donation. Keep putting out the content, bro. They are bitter for the awakening of men. Facts. You telling the truth, fam. Shout out to Jay Ham for the $10 donation. The mother is financially motivated by the government to keep the child away from you. Facts. So let me see. Was anybody Miss J? She's a woman. She's been on my platform for a while now. $3 donation super chat. She know what it is. Appreciate you. So now I told her, I said, why would I block you? You have a right to your opinion. But you saying that you want to teach these men, then teach them on my YouTube live and state your case. But if you want to continue to deflect, then I can't take you seriously at all. So, and I left it at that. That's when I, came on the platform and put myself on trial. Maybe what she thought was I'll be saying bitch hoe and all that shit. Don't get me wrong, I will do this.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
But the reason why I'm not and I didn't because some of the stuff she was saying was true, and I see she is sincere about, she say she fuck child support, but she think I'm just against all women, and that's not the case. But that's why, and she also said, she even admitted at the end that, she get emotional, stuff like that. This is the difference between how men should be and how women should be. Like she said, she was, in her feelings about it, and that's cool. That's why we as men cannot be reactors. We cannot be reactors. We have to be thinkers. The old me would have been like, man, bitch, fuck you. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I ain't trying to hear you. Bitch, I don't give a fuck what you, stuff like that. But the new me changing laws of my mind. I'm going to listen. Even when you talk that shit, I'm going to try to reach out and talk, maybe joke around, say some bullshit. But I'm not forgetting getting my feelings because I know what it is. I understand. Because some of these fake ass women, I ain't talking about the one I'm talking about. Some of these fake ass women would not go against the code. They will not ever side with men. They will always go against you. This is why I tell y'all every day to keep y'all veins cold, because you're going to have women's going to assume that you don't want to be a father because you say fuck child support. And nah, it's about this system. I can't speak on a guy who say fuck them kids and fuck child support and he wanted the kids, but then she moved on her life. Now he mad so he don't want to be a father. I can't speak on them. I'm talking about the men that's going through it with this bullshit ass system that don't offer equal parenting time because they want to get a check. And these baby mama tears that aid assist these people. And just like Tommy Sotomayor said a while back, they are the right hands of white supremacy. So like I said, when it comes to these fake ass black queens, how them Black Lives Matter, them the ones throwing their fists up and out there in the street talking about some unarmed black men, them the ones that got their men on child support. That's why I don't take none of that shit seriously. So now I'm finna put in the Kevin Samuels aspect. He was on an interview a week ago. I believe it was a week ago. and he talked to some women on the panel. It was an interesting topic, but I went to the part when he was talking about some of y'all probably seen this. I forgot the brother's YouTube. I think it's Jahif show or Jakeef. Forgive me, I'm not sure. But he put down real game when it comes to black women, because what we always say, when it comes to these fake ass queens, when it comes to black women, they do not want to be held accountable for anything. Anything. Not all. Talking about the fake black queens, not the true black queens, not the ones that's for about what's right, not the one that just stick to code. We talking about the ones that do not accept no accountability. They did not do nothing. They say they want a high value man. They make $50, but they want a high value man making $500,000. But they've been divorced 3 times, got 3 kids out of wedlock and everything else. And like I told y'all, these simple forces are the reason why they held no accountability. But what we on now in this platform, we hold them all to accountable and we put them on trial. So let's start this, and y'all will hear from Kevin Samuels, and I'm gonna go in and out and talk about what some of the things that the sister said on the IG and compare it to what he said. Let's get it.
See, what we need to, what I think what we have to start doing is, you mentioned Derrick Jackson.
Right.
We need to start challenging the women more, because it is easy to hold Derrick Jackson to the fire. It's easy to roast him and cook him up because he's the self-love ambassador, the guru, whatever. Right. But what we're not talking about is that 32-year-old black surgeon who was having sex with a man unprotected after she met him for a month and got pregnant.
And that's what I...
Now, you heard what he said. He said, yeah, we all can talk about Derrick Jackson, simp. He's the king of simp. No, he's the prince of simps. Steve Harvey's the king of kings simps, in my opinion. He's the return of the simping force, the Jedi. That's what he is, right? Now, everybody went in on Derrick Jackson. Everybody, men, women, everybody, right? Me and Star from the Star Report that I seen, it might have been others, we were the only 2 that talked about holding these baby mama tears accountable. And especially when it came to that doctor. Y'all seen the video, the live we did. Remember? Tasha K did an interview with the doctor. She said, well, I don't want to put your name out there because you professional, you educated. Remember? She professional, she educated, all this shit. But yet, you met Derrick Jackson at the mall and he told you his name was D. Y'all met in October and you was pregnant in December. This is a doctor, y'all. She's a resident. She's not a doctor. She's really a resident. Like I told y'all before, resident, somebody's an intern and going to college, get their PhD, and to make $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year. She met a dude named D. She didn't know who he was. They linked up. They're having sex. He's jagging off at her job while she doing surgery. She tried to make him look bad, call him a pervert, a freak, and all this shit. But he at your job in the parking lot, jagging off, sending you videos and pictures. You doing surgery. You get out of your surgery. I'm sure all you did was probably wash your hand. Go downstairs, have sex with him in your car. But you want to sit back and try to stain him and shame him, me too, and this shit. You victim now. You didn't know this, you didn't know that. How the fuck you didn't know this shit? And you have him coming to your house. You never been over to his house. And then not only that, she said she didn't want no kids. So guess what? She get knocked up in 2 months. This is one of these high-educated, holier-than-thou queens that playing victim, saying she didn't do nothing, try to make him look bad. Nah, we calling out you. And she didn't want to hold any type of accountability. She actually kept the kid a little longer when he said, please don't do it. Please don't do it. Please don't do it. She ended up doing abortion anyway. But at first she stopped and she listened to what he said. And like I said, he the type that'll say, yeah, you got a kid out of wedlock and you got with Pookie or whoever, but you still a queen. You ain't did nothing wrong. You don't owe us nothing. We still loves you. And then you got these fake ass queens that love this shit. They jump to that motherfucking defense. They want a simp. They don't want no real high value man. They don't want no man like that. But let's continue. They didn't want to hold her accountable though, but you want to hold Derrick Jackson accountable. No. Let's hold on to these whores that knew he was dealing with somebody. They might didn't pinpoint who it was, but they knew what was going on, and they chose to keep doing it. And then when he cut their ass off, they get mad. Now they want to expose him. Then talking about some possible sexual assault when they was having sex for all these months. The fuck out of here. Let's continue.
Was bringing up, I was talking about her because I was like, look, Derek Jacks had a whole affair with a doctor who was 32.
So, but the thing is, but the story is that the men are talking about Derek Jackson and the women are talking about Derek Jackson. When are the women going to talk about what the women do? Because in the cheating, take it away from high value. 28% of Black men polled in relationships have claimed to be have cheated once on a partner.
Right.
But the number of women is 24%.
Now you heard that, right? When it came to cheating, 20% of men admitted they cheat on their spouse one time. But when it came to the woman, it's 24%. Now, while everybody be on Facebook and YouTube and IG talking about all these men, Black men be cheating and shit like that, when they talk about women cheating, they don't say shit. They don't say a damn thing. They don't. All you hear about Black men cheating on their wives, Black men cheating on their woman. Woe is me, I ain't did shit. I ain't did nothing. But yet, 24% of women has admitted they had cheated once with their mate, spouse, whoever. You don't hear that shit often. You don't hear that shit at all. They don't accept no accountability. Not at all. But like I said, when it come to us, they held us accountable. And most men take accountability for our fuck ups. We don't sit back and say we didn't do nothing. We don't do that shit. But when it comes to these Black women, they will not take accountability. Most of them. The majority of them would not take accountability. Them are the fake Black queens I talk about. These are baby mama terror supporters. These are the ones gonna say you wrong, even though the bitch cheated on you first. But gonna say you was wrong because you went back and did the same shit she did. You know better than her. Fuck all that. Let's continue.
Those numbers are not small. We both, the men and the women in our community, cheat at higher rates. But until we really start sitting down and seeing what's going on with our women, and I think a lot of our women are going, I didn't catch the other sister's name, but a lot of our sisters, I think, are suffering from fear, scarcity, lack, and trauma that has never been resolved.
I agree with that, but also manipulation. Yeah, traumas, stuff in the past, but also manipulation, because a lot of these grandma terrorists and the mother terrorists raise their daughters to be bitter, miserable, so-called independent, treat men like shit because they see their father get treated like a simp enforcer. Or the father ain't in the picture, so all she knows is the miserable, bitter shit of this baby mama terrorist. It is also manipulation. And what I tell y'all, manipulation is a powerful thing. It ain't just kids getting manipulated. You got these mothers that manipulate these sons to be son husbands, manipulate these sons to be blue pill simps, enforcers. Most simp enforcers are taught by these baby mama terrorist mothers, these Black queen mothers, not the father. Very rare, because the father usually ain't even in the house, right? But like I said, what he just said was true, but also manipulation. Seeing the bullshit is all the person see, the woman see, or the girl see. She end up being just like the mother. And did you notice the ones that be just like them bitter ass baby mama terrorist mother who raised them? They can't stand their mother. They hate their mother. But they one and the same. But they hate each other. That's the funny part. I want to give a shout out to Rebel Zoe for the $2.99 donation. He said, did you get the update that baby mama terrorist has been arrested? Hey, no, I did not. Email me that link and I can talk about it. What he's talking about, guys, is the 2-year-old that was killed. The 2-year-old that was killed by the simp enforcer boyfriend when the father was trying and begging to get equal parenting. And once again, I'm glad you said that. The sister that said I'm weak and don't know what the fuck I'm talking about and taking and I'm just about welfare bitches I'm calling out. No, this brother right here, and y'all can vouch for this. I talked about a 2-year-old that was murdered last week. He was murdered by a simp enforcer, the boyfriend. The baby mama terrorist was going to work. The father been begging the judge, a Black woman judge, Black queen judge, to get custody because she's not right. She also lost her daughter or another child a previous. The judge denied it. He fought. I put the evidence on the platform. He was denied. And unfortunately, because of that, that child was murdered by the boyfriend simp because he peed on the couch. And now he got arrested. He admitted to the shit. And we all said that this baby mama terrorist should be held accountable because she knew she's neglectful and put full of shit. At least charge her with neglect. Not necessarily murder. She wasn't there, but I say aid, assist, or murder, but she wasn't there. But my man just said she has been arrested, and I'm glad. Hopefully she get just as much time as he get. And please send me the link on the babymamatears@gmail.com. Shout out to you, bro. All right, let's continue.
Because so many never got a chance to be daddy's little girl, never got a chance to be protected, because so many of us was born outside of a nuclear family. So you're growing up, and many of you are like sisters. More, your mama is more like your big sister than your mama.
Now, you heard what he said. A lot of women, black women, are having kids out of wedlock. The majority of them are baby mama tears who choose single motherism. And because of that, we talking about just on a little girl, she don't have a father. What was always said coming up? The little girl, if she have a father, that's her first experience of being with a man. So when she get older, she know what type of man she want, what type of man she want to accept, what have some standards. Evidently, she changed the laws of her man because she have a father that showed her how to be treated from a man, right? That's usually from a two-parent household. And when it comes to the boy, his first hero is usually the father. So when the father's in the picture, that's the hero, not nobody on the outside. But when it comes to a boy and they don't have that father to look up to as a hero, who they look up to? The streets, the drug dealer, the gangbangers, the Pookies and Ray Rays. And that's manipulation. And then don't let them be raised by baby mama terrorists that making them son husbands. She don't mind him selling dope in the house and bringing money to her. As long as she get paid, she don't give a fuck. 78% or 80% are having kids out of wedlock. I blame the man too, because it takes two, right? But at the same time, who makes the executive decision on keeping that child? It ain't the man. It's these baby mama tears that choose single motherism. And they won't even accept accountability for having kids out of wedlock and not doing it the proper way, which they say get married first and wait to have kids at a certain age. But let's continue.
And so you get thrust into these adult positions and you're not protected when you're a young girl, and things are allowed to happen because 1 in 3 Black women report having some sort of sexual assault by age 16.
Well, if the men are missing it.
He's telling the truth. A lot of women are being sexually assaulted by the age of 16. And the lady right here in the middle, on the bottom in the middle, she said she was raped by somebody. I want to say she was raped by an uncle and she was raped by somebody else. So she got trauma and issues. And this is why I tell y'all men to change the laws of your mind and don't be going there getting with the first woman because she say, oh, I'm gonna get child support. It sounds good. You got to go further and deeper than that. Okay, she got a degree. She make over 6 figures. You got to go deeper than that. Oh, okay, she got a license. She got degrees. You got to go deeper than that. Because when you get to dissect her and you find out that she was raised by a baby mama terrorist, she didn't have a father, and also she's been raped by 2 or 3 different people. One is a family member. You gonna be able to cope with that? And then you knock her up and have a kid by her, and y'all end up breaking up because she started being bipolar, whatever the fuck going on. It's too late. Because now she going to court to set you up for failure because she got her own demons to live with. So she gonna make you suffer. And what's that old saying? What's that old saying, y'all? The enemy loves company. The evil loves company. All because we didn't do the proper research of that partner that we got with. I made that fucked up mistake. I know more about the baby mama terrorists since being away than 11 years I did being around a motherfucker. And a lot of times we do, misery loves company. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of times we don't realize that until after the fact, or when she's pregnant, or after the baby comes. It's too late then. It's too late then. That's why I tell y'all we have to change the laws in our mind, go to a higher accord, have higher standards, and be able to take our time with the woman you want to marry, the woman you want to be in a relationship with, or even the woman you want to have sex with. Because sometimes, to me, if you at a higher standards, she ain't even worth giving a dick to. Especially she a piece of shit. Even if it's a pump and dump. Sometimes it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. So this is why we have to change the laws in our mind. I tell y'all this over and over and over again. So for the queen to say that I'm trying to teach men to be weak and bitter, nah, do more research when it comes to me. Come on my YouTube and you'll see more. Yeah, I post memes, I post videos. When you come on my YouTube, I'm telling men to build a brotherhood, change the laws of your mind. Keep your veins cold, have a higher standard, love yourself, fix yourself physically, spiritually, and mentally. That's why I want everybody from Instagram and Facebook to come on this platform, because this is where the brotherhood begins. This is the Black manosphere. But like I said, most of us take accountability of our fuck up. That's why we're trying to teach the youth and other men don't get in this type of situation, because we don't want to see you fall. Learn from our stories. And at the same time, you don't get no bitch no extra money that don't deserve it. Fuck her. I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker say. But let's continue. This is from, like I said, this is from a Kevin Samuel perspective.
In the home, then that's probably gonna happen.
Yeah, but you gotta ask why the men are not. But see, before you get there, see, y'all want to go back to the men. Okay, we want to go back to why the men are missing in the home. Let's find out where there's a kid in the first place with a woman.
Right.
Yeah. Why was that woman who has a kid not married first?
Yeah, she was, but my mama was married, so that's not her. My mother
80% of Black children are born out of wedlock.
Right.
Now you heard the one on the bottom said she had a mother and the father. They was married. I guess they ended up getting divorced. But see, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you don't have to be in a situation to get a clear understanding, know what it is. Because there's guys on here that don't have kids, but they know that when it comes to the system, it's not right, it's not fair, because their father went through it, friends of theirs went through it, their brother went through it, and so on. But you got a lot of people, because they're in a good relationship, they're not together, but they didn't have to put the baby father on child support. They have a good relationship. That don't mean because you had it going on good, that don't mean that everybody else should have it good, because your situation is not my situation. And for you to sit back and say, well, you don't have no problem, but you tell me I'm weak and fucked up and know what the fuck I'm talking about. Nah, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. But here's the thing, and I say it again, I'm 42 years old. I've never been arrested, never served time in prison. But what the fuck I look like talking about you've been arrested, you went to jail. Yeah, you had to do something. You had to do some shit with the police, because I ain't never went to jail. Motherfucker look at me like I'm stupid. And that is stupid. We see it time and time again that men or women going to jail for the wrong reason, falsely accused. And yet, because I never went to jail, I feel that all y'all should never went to jail for whatever reason. It's your fault. You had to do something. Same thing with these baby mama terrorists and these feminist ideology. Oh, well, you didn't get custody. You paying child support. You must have did something. You fucked up. And then when you show the truth in your evidence, then they say, well, you should have picked better. Because they don't have nothing else to say. But like I said, sometimes it's better to do a research. Y'all remember when I had Ricky Mann on here a while back? The black dude from South Carolina with the Confederate flag on his back. He had in the background. I didn't judge him. I wanted to talk to him first, because I walk around with fuck child support. First thing a motherfucker gonna say without asking and getting the full understanding is, you a deadbeat. You support deadbeat men. Even though that's not the true definition of a deadbeat. But what the fuck I would like to say, oh man, you a coon Sambo. And when we had a good dialogue and we talked, he told me the history about that shit. True history. I understood. Now, I'm still not going to carry a Confederate flag in my house. But for what he was talking and the truth he was saying and the history and stuff like that, he had a point. So who am I to go at him and say, oh, you a coon Sambo, Uncle Tom, and all that jive, without talking to him first? Sometimes, even when you look at the police and the detective, when they they know this man shot and killed so-and-so, but they still want to get a reason why he or she killed so-and-so. We know he did it, but we want to know why. Get an understanding. Not saying that it's right, not saying that he shouldn't go to jail, but I see why he did it. Or I understand, but it's not right anyway. You still should go to jail, whatever. You see what I'm saying? That's why I tell men, we have to be thinkers and not reactors. Because when you react, sometimes you make things worse than they have to be. And that's why I say, when these baby mama tears disrespect you and talking back and fuck you and you ain't this and you ain't that, why entertain it? Don't even respond to the motherfucker. If they gonna say, well, you too cold and you mean because you ain't respond back, you didn't want to entertain the bullshit, fuck them, because they not for you anyway. Because if you react the same way they react, what happens? And you in their face, you're gonna go to jail, might be a false allegation, or you might do beat her ass. But if you don't react, you walk away, don't even be around her, don't engage with a film, you'll save yourself from a lot of hurt in the future. Let me give a shout out to we got K Drama with the $1.99 donation. Appreciate you, my brother. We got Rebel Zoe once again for the $1.99. Check the email or comment section of that video you did. All right, I'm gonna check the email after this, man. I want to give a shout out to the people that came in here. We got over 208 people up in here. Maybe because I put the S sign of Kevin Samuel, which is still cool, but I had to put his name in there. You know, I don't do all that name dropping just to get some likes and shit. I did it because what he talked about when it comes to child support and black women not accept no accountability, I had to talk from his perspective to prove my point, since I'm on trial about being weak and bitter when I say fuck child support and these baby mama terrorists. So shout out to him, because a lot of people say this, but sometimes it take that one person to put it out there further. I have no problem with that. Let's continue.
So,
but Kevin, this is what I'm saying.
When mine was married.
I think with me and you, the problem was that, yes, I understand your side, but I don't agree with removing men completely from the conversation.
Yeah.
I do understand what you're saying, but I do see in a partnership, you have to examine both sides. You cannot say, well, the women are
80% out of wedlock childbirth, there is no partnership to speak of.
Right. Well, there is, because they sleeping with somebody. Yeah. They're sleeping.
No, but hold on. Now this is where we're gonna really go off the rails, because I'm sorry, having sex does not mean you have to have a baby. If a baby happens, it's because a woman wanted to bring one into the world.
You heard what he said? Y'all heard what he said, right? I gotta go back on that part. I want y'all to hear that again.
You have to have a baby. If a baby, we're going to really go off the rails, because I'm sorry, having sex does not mean you have to have a baby. If a baby happens, it's because a woman wanted to bring one into the world.
And when it comes to black women, it's 80% women who have kids out of wedlock that could have been prevented. Let's go back to the Derrick Jackson situation with the doctor, the one who was educated, holier than thou, who got with a dude named D at the in Atlanta Mall. She's a doctor with degrees and profession and all that stuff, but she didn't have the mindset to have a what they call them, birth control pill, or the IUD, or tell him to put on a condom, put the shot, or none of this shit. And you want to sit back and blame him for going there raw dogging and shooting in you when you said you didn't want kids ever while you was doing your career, but you want to put it all on the man? It's his fault. When you got all these different remedies, 20 remedies, even if you get pregnant, to get rid of this child. But you want to sit back and call somebody a deadbeat in the low life. He don't want to be a father when he told you he didn't want to be a father, but you have a kid anyway. That's really funny. That's really funny that these black women, the majority of them, do not want to be held accountable. It's your fault that you went in there without the condom. And don't forget, condoms do break. So if he having sex with and the condom break, it's still his fault. Even though you chose to keep the kid, and you know he's not gonna be around, you know he's a street dude, You know he don't give a fuck about having no baby, and he got 10 kids. What we just talked about yesterday, y'all? Was it yesterday we was talking about, or Friday, we talking about Black Rob? And Cynthia G came out saying he's a deadbeat. He want to be a high-value man. He complained about child support. He's a deadbeat. He didn't want to be a father and all these things. But guess what? She got a kid by a dude off YouTube who sold bootleg Tariq Nasheed CDs. He had 5 kids by I think 3 different women. But you want to call other men pieces of shit deadbeats who complain about child support. And she did not call him out about all these different things that father was doing until he left her ass. He didn't want to deal with her crazy ass. That's what he said. But you want to sit back and talk about other black men ain't shit and black men and this and black man is that. But didn't hold herself accountable either. That was a couple years ago. But I want to give a shout out to Chief Rocker for the $50 donation for the super chat. Appreciate you, my brother. Shout out to the squad. Shout out to the Baby Mama Terrorist Bounty Hunters. We getting it in. We cooking today. Let's continue.
That is 100% on women. So you can't talk about a father not being. You cannot talk to me about a father not being in the household when most men are just having sex with women, not wanting to have a kid.
Right. So a lot of times that man's not in the house. it's different factors. She ran him away. She alienated him. Hell, he probably didn't even know he had a kid, or he actually really didn't want to be a father. And he told you from the get-go. I'm talking about the baby mama tells the true single motherism, not the ones that planned and all that stuff. It ain't about the real black women, nothing like that, the real mothers. It's about these fake-ass black queens that try to set up men for failure, but how the Black Lives Matter and throw their fists up. Them the ones I'm talking about. They choose single motherism. Y'all could call me a lie all day long and say, I don't know what they can't call me a lie, but they can shame me and call me all these different names. But the fact of the matter is they choose single motherism. If you look at the stats, they are the most. Black women are the most in single motherism. I think it's 80%. I think it's 80%, 78%, 80%. It's the truth. But like I said, they still don't hold themselves accountable. It's your fault anyway. I didn't do nothing. He decided to fuck without a condom. You couldn't stop it. You couldn't prevent it. What the fuck? I got to give a shout out to Chief Rocker once again for a $50 donation. Once again, he said, one more time, Mr. Palmer. Well, I got to give you one more time as well, brother. One more time, one more again. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, man, to fullest. Let's continue.
See, it would be different. Your argument to me would make more sense that if you're talking about a woman that was married to her husband and then they had a baby in the context of a marriage, and then the marriage dissolved for whatever reason, and he's not there.
But that's my case. Well, let's take my case, because that is my case.
But what I'm saying, man.
Now, she trying to say on the bottom, that's my case. That's my case. She's trying to deflect from the situation, just like the one at IG. She said, that's not my case. Okay. But the majority is 80% of mothers, black mothers who choose single motherism. 80%. We're not talking about the 20% who was married and later on they got divorced for whatever reason. That's what I'm saying. See how they try to deflect and say, but that's not my case. I understand it's not your case, but we talking about the 80%. That's what we talking about. But they don't want to hear all that when the truth comes, because the truth hurts. It does. The truth hurts. And we out here, the Baby Mama Terrorist Bounty Hunters, we making all these people held accountable. We putting this shit out there to the fullest, and they don't like that. Black men are doing more speaking and spreading the word now more than ever. More than ever. In this day and age. 80%. Yeah, 80%. Shout out to PD for the $10 donation. Thanks for sharing this knowledge. Appreciate you, my brother. Well, I'm on trial, so I got to state my case.
And that may be your case, but 80% it's not. Why are we talking about the 8? Why are we talking about the 2 instead of 8? We're talking about the 2 because we don't like holding women strictly accountable.
I don't believe that we can hold a woman strictly accountable, but I do believe.
But why not? Why not?
I totally believe men have been held accountable for years. Women have not. And so
want y'all to hear that again. The lady on the bottom, Tawana, she said, I don't see how one group can be held accountable. That's a motherfucking lie. They've been blaming black men for being the face of deadbeats, being the face of child support, and that's a motherfucking lie. Child support wasn't created because of black men. Child support was created for helping married white women. When the white man was going overseas, fighting wars, and they didn't want to come back. And back then, they weren't allowed to work. They didn't have jobs for women. And they was left alone struggling and fucked up. That didn't have nothing to do with the black family. The black family back then, back in the days, I think the marriage, the family structure was like, in blacks, I think it was 98%, 85%, something like that. We're not the face of deadbeats. We're not the face of child support. The media put it out there like that. And these black fake ass queens aid assist them. These baby mama terrors aid assist them to put us on the front line. We're not on the front line, y'all. A lot of black men not even having a bunch of kids no more. So that's a lie. You don't believe me? Look up the stats. I'm not just talking off the side of my mouth. So, like I said, child support was created to help the white married woman. You had to be married, and it was for white women. It wasn't about helping unmarried women. If you was unmarried back in the day with a child, you didn't get no child support or no alimony. You couldn't get it. But as time went on and more black queens started having kids out of wedlock, reaping the benefits off government daddy, keeping the father out the picture in the 60s because of the democratic system. What happened? Child support said, man, it's a lucrative business. So now they don't give a damn about the father, keep the father out the picture. And guess what? They fell for the jewels. So they kept the father out the picture. You seen movies in the 60s and 70s that's out. Claudine kept the man hiding out the house. They didn't care if he had a job, keep him out the house, and we got you. That's one of the reasons why the family structure of Black America went down the drain. They love free government daddy. They fell for government daddy. Now, don't get me wrong, more white women are, more white people on link cards and welfare than anybody. It's the majority of the world. But we're at a higher rate when it comes to welfare. That's the problem. We're at a higher rate. And many of them choose single motherism, keeping the father out the picture. It's not the fact the father don't want to be in the picture. They're not allowed to be in the picture. And when they fight for custody and equal custody, the judge say, hell no. We don't see you as a fit. Even though you make more money, got a professional good job, you got your own house, you got a family structure, while she's living there on the corner with her great-grandparents in the basement, in the garage. She could be at a motherfucking shelter and they would not take the kid away to give it to the father at all. I'm not lying. You can just look this shit up. But the woman on the right, Courtney, Michelle, she says women should be held accountable. And the women that's in here that support this page know that women need to be held accountable, but they don't. The majority is, I told you, what I tell you about the majority? The majority of society is always going to side with the bullshit. They're going to side with government daddy. They're going to side with these baby mama terrorists. They're going to side with the feminism. They're going to side with the fake ass Me Tooism. They're going to be Stevie Wonder and shit. Want to be misled blind to lead the blind. That's why this platform is here, to build men, all men, especially black men, to come to a higher standard, change the laws in their mind, come to a common ground, build a brotherhood, and try to make change when it comes to this unjust ass system. But we have to change within ourselves because child support ain't going nowhere. That $51 billion crime bill ain't going nowhere. A lot of y'all didn't even know that child support get $51 billion. That's why most women get custody of the child. Y'all saw the one that I said about the economic aspect. What did he say? The one that's a custodial parent, which is the baby mama terrorist, get like 400% and send that man dry for failure. But let's continue. When even his sister said these women need to be held accountable and accept accountability, which they don't. Let's continue.
And it's always been where it's when a man tries to hold a woman accountable, it's like, oh, but what about the man? Oh, but what about this? It's never just a focus on us. There's not a TV show. There's not a book. There's always a Derek Jackson that's going to be like, hey, okay, you might have some problems, but what about the man? Let's talk about the man. It's never a focal point.
And that's what I talk about with these separate forces. See, we as men are already fucked up. We segregated amongst men because you got the so-called men that that side with these baby mama terrorists, that side with the fuckery, side with the feminism, that side with government daddy because they want to get some draws. I'm talking about these fake black pro simps, these pro black simps. Them the biggest simps ever in the black community because they don't care about them alienating the father out the picture. They don't care about them living off welfare, not trying to better themselves. They don't care about a woman alienating the father out the picture because they want to hit them draws. They want attention, notoriety. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a shit about none of that shit. That's why they talk that slick talk like Derrick Jackson, Prince of Simp Enforcing. That's where this shit come from. And most of these simp enforcers come from baby mama terrorists who chose single motherism. They was raised by a single mother. So this is why you got more simp enforcers than it is real men. But then the same women who complain about, and I said this before, the same women, black women that complain about why is not no men out there protecting us and leading us. But how can you complain about that when black women been getting custody of our boys for like 30 and 40 and 50 years? And you gonna blame us when you had primary custody for like 30 and 40, 50 years, and you want to complain about why there are not no men able to protect us, black women? That don't make no sense. You raise these pookies, you raise these simp enforcers, you raise these son husbands, you raise these betas because you didn't want no father around. So who fault really it is? And why y'all never accept no accountability? But let's continue.
And if it's never a focus on why it's an issue with us, why are we not getting married? Why are we having children out of wedlock? It's something to do with us. But
Back in 1988, when Sister Shahrazad Ali, 1988, when Sister Shahrazad Ali wrote The Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman and did the talk show circuits 4 years after The Color Purple, that woman was shouted down from coast to coast. And we are here 40 years later looking that she was absolutely right. She said it. Everybody in this country, in this world, has been examined except the Black woman. She has been protected from consequences. She has been protected from her choices and decisions. When we start to try to do it, we start just want to, well, what about to this or what about to that? Everybody else in the world has had that happen to them. Black women, we cannot keep avoiding doing that difficult work of holding women strictly accountable.
Now y'all heard that, right? Miss Ali been preaching this since the 80s. And the same shit that she been saying, they still talk about her. They got her still flooding around on Facebook, all on social media, because she's telling the truth. And other women hated her for calling out the truth. And that's basically what I'm doing. I'm calling out the truth when it comes to this unjust ass system, this baby mama terrorism, also with feminism, and it's also with government daddy, because them the original simp enforcers that cause all this bullshit to be what it be. And that's what I'm saying. He said it, I said it, many other people said it in the manosphere, the black manosphere. Black women do not want to hold themselves accountable. All these women don't want to hold themselves accountable. But when it comes to black women, they're not subjected to be tested. None of that shit. Because there's always some simp enforcer or government daddy or some blind sucker want to sit back and come to a motherfucker defense that don't deserve it. And this is why shit continues to happen in the black community today. And like I said, people don't like the truth. You dish out the truth, they want to shame you, deadbeat, low life, run for child support, ain't worth a damn, living off a bitch and everything else. That's what they say about me. So I tell y'all, I'm running for child support, but you cannot call me a lie on the shit that I say, the shit that I show every day, all day I do. And that's fine. I'm not worried about the majority because the majority is not going to side with you black men. The majority is going to go against you and try to set you up for failure. This is why I tell y'all time and time again, keep them veins cold, tell your story, speak your mind. Please don't jump into a bitch's defense because you don't know what's going on. You being misled. Blind leading the blind. We got to be thinkers, not reactors, and so on. Let's continue.
Like everyone else in the world is.
I don't know one gender that has been held strictly accountable for anything that they've done, though. Tell me exactly how men have been held strictly accountable, please. I
will tell you right now. When you look at okay, you want to here's some examples.
Yes.
Look at the family and divorce court. Okay, here's the divorce court. 92% of the time, the children go to the mother. 86% of the time, men are left financially ruined or in a financially worse position. Out of the 2,000 shelters there are for women for domestic violence or abuse, there's only one in the country for men. Men are the majority of the prisoners, majority of the suicides, majority of the ODs, majority of the deaths, men get an incarceration rate sentence when women commit similar crimes 4 times longer. Should I go on?
So you feel that?
And you tell me that this system is not gender biased when it comes to men? I want to give a shout out to Sean Miles for the $15 donation. Keep speaking the truth. Salute my brother, my man. Now, y'all heard everything he said, and the statistics is right. You go look it up yourself. The divorce rate is high, and the ones who do the divorce, it ain't the man, it's the woman. We just talking about men and women. It's the woman, because they want to live their best life to the fullest and everything else. Reap the benefits off you still when they move on about their business. They choose single motherism, but want to live off your money. You can't make this shit up. But like I say again, I'm weak and I'm bitter. No, the weak and bitter. Damn, the weak and bitter is the motherfuckers that's trying to set up men for failure, and all the men trying to do is be a father in their child's life. That's weak and bitter. That's run the government daddy for failing relationship, run the government daddy to set the man up for failure. Don't want equal parenting time, but you want equal money to be able to get his foundation fucked up. Something wrong with that picture. Man, I don't know what's going on. Chief Rocker is on a roll, man. One more time for the $50 donation. One more again. One more time. He said the Pink Pill did a video titled Reproductive Corrosion, the little discussed contributor to the blackout of wedlock problem. You have to be you have to do one from the perspective of men that get their sperm jacked out of selfishness. She wanted marriage. He didn't. Facts. We definitely could talk about it. Just email me. We can make that happen. You ain't said nothing but a word. But like I said, don't take my word for it. You talking to Kevin Samuel and even the young lady on the bottom right saying that women are not held accountable. And there's many women that believe the same thing. They on my platform. They know I don't support deadbeat fathers. They know I don't support saying all black women are pieces of shit. No, but the majority of these fake ass queens are. Baby mama terrorists. They are. They are. These civil forces, them the reason why, and government daddies, the reason why baby mama terrorists will always exist, because they're going to always get the benefit from them. They don't give a fuck about these women either. They just care about the benefit. But it's never about the child from neither one of them. And you wonder why Tommy said that they're the right hands of white supremacy. You don't need a white man to kill us when you got these baby mama terrorist queens killing us by their own hand. Let's continue.
That because
okay. Before I do that, can we at least acknowledge that that's
absolutely true? I agree with that. I agree with that 100%.
Oh, so
I feel that. Go ahead.
If we want equality, why don't we just start holding women accountable to the very same laws and things like you want that you hold men to?
I believe women should be held accountable for their actions, because no one should walk unscathed. And when you're pointing fingers, 3 of them point back at you. Nobody's walking perfect. So the feminist thing, I don't believe in none of that. I honestly believe that women do get coddled a lot. They do. They get coddled. Absolutely, 100%. They get coddled a lot, right? They get stroked a lot.
Mm-hmm. Let me read something.
Just a lot of resources.
Let me read something. To reproduce and keep the Amazon race alive, the Themyscirans raid ships on the high seas to copulate with men. At the end of mating, they take their lives and throw the men's corpses into the sea rather than marrying them. Triumphant, the Amazons return to Paradise Island, wait 9 months later, then celebrate the birth of their daughter. Some don't. When male children are born, they're thrown into the sea and called failures. Now, if we had called this situation Wonder Man and flipped the genders, what would the world have said? If men were raiding women, raping them, copulating with them, dumping them, and keeping the baby, would we allow that to happen as a society? Much less would we celebrate it? This happens every day with women. Every day you can sexually harass a man. Every day you can be aggressive with a man. Every day you can assault a man. And it's, well, but then when we talk about holding women accountable, you say, well, in theory, I like it, but the only ones that are going to in practice do it is when women start clamoring that actually it starts happening. This is why men are tired of hearing this argument, because most women come across as being disingenuous, because when it gets right down to it, most women don't want to hold women accountable because they still like the benefit of being able to wiggle through that too.
Facts. And that's what I'm talking about. What I tell y'all about these, damn, we had 303 followers following this video. That's good though. That's good, because all y'all need to hear this and understand what my platform is about, why I say fuck child support, why I call out these baby mama terrorists, because they don't never be called out. And the ones that was trying to call it out, they got so shamed they couldn't continue to do it. Well, me, I'm gonna keep doing it till I'm dead and gone. Even if I'm not in the situation, I'm gonna keep doing it, because it need to be out here. These women need to be held accountable. All women, as far as the baby mama terrorists, not the true mothers, not the ones who's got equal parenting that's for the kid. We talking about these baby mama terrorists. And that's why I say baby mama terrorists come in all form. But since we talking about on the black woman aspect, this is why black men are set up for failure to this day. It ain't just because of the white man and because of the police. Like I said, they choose single motherism. They do not protect themselves. And then they want to point the finger and blame the other person. They do not want to be held accountable when they should. This is why I tell y'all what I tell y'all. Change the laws of your mind. Do whatever you got to do. If you got to take the red pill, if you got to go MGTOW, if you got to, you know what I'm saying, live a Freudian lifestyle. What's going on, man? You do what you got to do to better yourself as a man. Change the laws of your mind. That's why a lot of men ain't trying to get married now. That's why a lot of men don't want no kids. That's why if they're going to have a kid, what they doing? They getting a surrogate. They not finna get knocked up, marry somebody, go to get screwed with alimony, child support. That's why people are going their own way. People thinking now. Men are not going along to get along trained, talking about that's the right thing to do. So yeah, we kind of all this bullshit. And a brother asked about deadbeat mothers. What about them? Ain't no such thing as a deadbeat man till you call out these deadbeat ass mothers. Because majority of these women are deadbeats. Them are the true deadbeats, even though that's not the true definition of a deadbeat. But since you're going off that logic, then a deadbeat is these deadbeat ass baby mama terrorists. Gotta get a shout out to y'all studios for the $100 donation. Y'all ain't playing today. One more again. One more time. Gotta do it one more time again. Keep it up, soldier. I appreciate you, my brother. Also, shout out to Lorenzo Davis for the $2 donation for the war chest for fighting the baby mama terrorist war. Facts. You know what I'm saying? But I will say 300 people, 314 people, 185 likes. Let's get them likes up because I want to go through the algorithm and everything else, put this platform out there. So let's continue what he's saying. Kevin Samuel, we talking about him on his perspective on what I do and why I do, why I say what I say, why I do what I do, why I am who I am today. Let's continue.
I find it interesting because the reason we're not holding ourselves accountable, but that's the reason why we're in the situation that we are.
Mm-hmm. Well, so you're in the situation you are, is my opinion. And thank you for having me on, guys. I think one of the biggest reasons the Black community is at the bottom is because in the 1960s, when the civil rights movement came along, women were enticed to join the ERA, the women's struggle, and join with them. And Black women ain't never had the problems of Black men that non-Black or white women have had.
Right.
Stacey Abrams is being heralded as one of the reasons Joe Biden is in office. But Stacey Abrams is 200 plus pounds, educated, and chronically single. You are the superwomen of the world, but you are dying alone because of your inability to work with your mirrored counterpart. That is why on my show, women from Massachusetts to Oregon all say they want the same high value man, black man, knowing as an inconsequentially small part of them. Yeah. Doesn't matter what you think or whatever. There are thousands of interviews over there, and they would rather be in line for him and hope to get him. I had a woman up there last night who makes $50,000 a year and wants a man making $500,000.
Shit.
$500,000.
Okay.
So when you can look as a black man and see that your mirrored counterpart would not even look at you, we don't need white supremacy, racism, all the other things. We do a good job keeping ourselves at the bottom because the women do not want to submit to a black man's authority in our community.
You cannot make this shit up. And just like this brother said, black men, remember, you're not free until you walk away. That's why I say keep your veins cold. And when you're dealing with a baby mama's terrorist that's setting you up for failure, getting you sick, losing your livelihood, kids manipulating, fucking up your foundation, fucking up your other family, what you got going on, you keep your veins cold, wash your hands and move on. Pay your child support. I ain't never told nobody not to pay their child support. What I tell men, pay your child support. Don't pay them shit extra. Don't pay them nothing but that child support. Keep yourself out of jail. Get you a passport just in case you got to make a Carl Lewis run and go about your business. I ain't never told nobody don't pay your child support. Because when you dealing with a baby mama terrorist, what they're going to try to do, run back and forth to the court, especially if they got money. So I ain't never told nobody don't pay their child support. I tell them to pay your child support and wash your hands and move on. Look at Black Rob's situation. He talked about child support back in October when he did an interview on the radio station. He went down ever since. Said he was sick. He was struggling because of child support. He set up for failure all the way to his deathbed, struggling because of child support. And the first thing motherfuckers want to say, he didn't want to be a father. What kind of shit is that? This system is fucked up. This system is rigged. It's not about the most best fit. You cannot go to court and get equal parenting time just by saying you want equal parenting time. I've been in my kids' life. Been there, done that. These kids was playing. I was there from day one. I was there half their lives. I stay 20 minutes away. Judges don't give a fuck. Most guys will get equal parenting time because they had a civil woman who agreed and was not about necessarily getting the system involved, or because the baby mama terrorist was physically abusing the kids and they actually got proof and DCFS was involved and the bitch a crackhead or some shit, they got equal parenting. Or you might have a brother that fought. And for some reason, God was good. He had the right judge, the righteous judge that was for what's right, what's the best fit. He got custody. But that's not the majority of men. Not at all. So you see me wearing a fuck child support hat and a baby mama terrorist cheese shirt, fuck child support mask, I'm always going to wear it. Because until this system becomes equal when it comes to men, then it's fuck child support. I don't give a fuck how you take it. If you say, well, it makes you like you mad and bitter, so be it. Because like I said, if you've been alienated, you ain't allowed to be around your kids, you ain't allowed to be a father, you've been to jail for false allegations, you're getting set up for failure, she lied about what you made, she lied about what she made. You have the right to be mad, pissed off, and bitter. But what I tell y'all to do, you don't take that shit and go kill the baby mama terrorist. You don't take that shit and kill yourself behind it. What you do, you better yourself as an individual and change the laws of your mind and do better for yourself. Because if your kids decide they want to see you, you want them to see you with your head held high, doing good, living your life like you should. Not when you fucked up, crippled on a deathbed. That's not a good way for you to see your kids, man. That's why I say keep them veins cold, wash your hands and move on. Expose these baby mama terrorists. They've been lying and shaming you for all these years, and you ain't say nothing because you didn't want to make it worse than what it is. What worse can you be being called a deadbeat? So when people start to do research, when it comes to equal parenting, when it comes to child support, then you come holler at me and tell me what the fuck going on. Any man can go up in that courtroom and get screwed by government daddy. White man, black man, Indian, it doesn't make a difference. Louis Farrakhan, Richard Spencer, Kevin Samuels can go up in that motherfucker courtroom. I guarantee you 9 out of 10, they're going to put him on child support. He going to pay $10,000 a month every other weekend, if that. And that baby mama Terrence who live in the basement going to get that kid. It does not matter about your race. It doesn't matter about your religion, your faith, where you come from. Don't matter if you did it the right way and got married or you did it the wrong way and said, oops, pump and dump, my bad. It does not make a difference. They treat you and an actual deadbeat father that hate the kid and the mother the same. It don't matter. Why you think a lot of y'all paying child support, but the woman got a kid by 2 other deadbeat motherfuckers? She don't put him on child support. She take your motherfucking money and spend it on the whole house. Spend it on the other kids. Because she know you love your kids and you do anything for your kids. That's why she got the audacity to ask you for extra money while you paying $1,000 a month. That's why I say you're a dumb motherfucker to give her extra money if she's fucking you over. Fuck her. And I mean that shit. And the thing about it, when they say, well, it's your fault, you picked her, and you should have kept your pants zipping, all that shit. Motherfucker, the majority of us on here, we take accountability. I know I fucked up. I tell everybody I fucked up. Going in it for the wrong reason, shit like that. So don't say that men don't take no accountability. Believe me, we say we fucked up. Now it's your turn. But y'all not going to do that. So since y'all not going to do that, I'm going to do it for you. And I'm going to continue to do this shit. And like I said, we're going to continue to change the laws in your mind. Like, once again, I'm going to say it again. Child support ain't going nowhere. We have to change ourselves, man. Especially black men. We have to change the laws in our mind. We have to better ourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. We have to love ourselves. We have to keep them veins cold because they're going to go along and get along with them anyway. You see how this propaganda going on? About time child support so-called be equal parenting to the nation, it'll be a whole nother generation. We would not be around. So as long as they got the $51 billion crime bill going on, they ain't never going to change no law. You go out there with picket signs. It could be 100,000 people out there fighting about change child support. The majority, you got billions of people here. Until the majority get involved, it ain't never going to change. And we got too many simple forces in our manosphere to come to one accord as men. So the minority that who I'm rooting for, who I'm for, are here changing the laws in their mind. And that's what we got to do. So check this out. Y'all the ones who be on here on the regular already know I stated my case. So I want to know, is I'm innocent or am I guilty for being a weak and bitter ass man? Is I'm innocent or guilty for being a weak and bitter man for calling out this bullshit ass system and these baby mama terrorists who want to set men up for failure? You tell me, innocent or guilty? Rocco 7 say innocent. Who else? J Ham say innocent. Who else? Chief Rocker say innocent. Choo Choo says innocent. D Chef said innocent. Fuck them hoes. Miguel, who might be the first time come on here, says innocent. Ryan, damn, hold on. I gotta go back up. Damn, hold on. I gotta go all the way back up. Hold on, y'all. Ooh. Shit. Shit. C. Harris says, oh, I ain't gonna show her face, bro. I mean, ain't that serious. She on Instagram though. Black Gator says innocent as fuck. Aircraft Ant says innocent. Chief Rocker says innocent. Jelon says innocent. United Fitness, my boy from Mexico, says innocent. D-Chep, I said you already. B.O. says innocent. C. Harris said innocent as hell. Kareem says innocent. All J says innocent. Trey Nino says innocent. Y'all ain't playing today. Damn. Shit, y'all, boy. Gil Prince says innocent. Call for President Anthony says innocent. For me to support innocent isn't the issue, it's custody. Exactly. If we get more men in custody, women will get their butts whooped by support, then cry to help it change. Yep. JJ Green said innocent. Mike's opinion said innocent. Okay, I'm gonna call you okay, bro. Shout out to my man. He a white dude. And I told you, these baby mama tears come in all forms. And this man been alienated for 10 years. He had to go to another country. He was getting set up for failure with child support. He says innocent. Y'all I ain't gotta make up shit when it comes to this. The free say this ain't weak. Innocent. Jaylon said, oh, he talking about something else. Azara says innocent. Matthew says innocent. Earl John said innocent with proof. Lamont Ellis says innocent. Frank Smith says innocent of all charges. Unspoken word. How you been, Unspoken word? He says innocent. Joseph Major says innocent. Nate Smith and says innocent. Commander says innocent. Let me go back up because it's other people coming up in here saying innocent. Cause I'm gonna shout out all y'all. Baby Blue Scorpion says innocent. Steel Curtain says innocent. Matless X says innocent. I Am Me says innocent. Major Lee says innocent. He said innocent to Bumble Clop. Oh, Bumble Clop, my man, innocent. Leroy says $51 billion business, innocent. 1-1 says innocent. The K Drama says innocent. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Ephraim says innocent. Man. Leroy says innocent. Silverback X says innocent. It's women's responsibility to push for change in the divorce/family courts law. Yeah, it does, but they're not gonna change it because, like they said in the video, why would they do that? Even though it's not right, but they'll take away their shit if they have to use it. You know what I'm saying? That's the reality, bro. That's why men have to change the laws in their mind, because it's not gonna change. We have to change it within ourselves, our mindset. And then if you change the laws of your mind and better yourself and do better, have a better aspect and better selecting and choosing and picking, then you can live your life as a high value man. A high value man ain't you making $1 million, man. A high value man is the mindset and how you carry yourself and what you do by doing for self and saving yourself to build self and love self and exercise self. That's what a high value man is. I want to give a shout out to the Bell 5000. He said cases missed without prejudice. Yeah. My boy Hero. You know what? Shout out to Hero Fix TV. What's up, Pride? He gave me a $5 donation on the Cash App earlier, about 402. I wasn't paying attention, my bad, but I see it now, brother. He says not guilty. RC says innocent. Andale says innocent. Carlos says she's guilty. Yeah, you can't make this shit up. Oh shit, new to the channel. This is by, damn, it popped up. Hold on. Damn. Let me go back up. Yeah. Musa says, oh shit, new to the channel, innocent. God damn it. My man. Yeah. Sabrina says, but if the custody laws would change, do men actually want custody of their kids? I'm gonna be honest with you. The men that don't want equal custody, then that means they agree to pay some type of child support. Or even if they don't want equal parenting, what they can do, a woman and a man who's civil and about the child, you can sit down and make your own contract. Get it notarized, have a lawyer on deck, film the shit. And if that dude renege on paying his child support, if you want to, then you take him to child support. But you take him to child support because failed relationship, bitter, miserable, because he didn't want you no more, or your mama told you it's better you just take him for child support and give him money. With that, usually ain't how it go. It's all about two parents being about that child and that child only. Bad relationship, he cheated, she cheated. That ain't got nothing to do with the cat. It ain't got nothing to do with the child. That's why you got divorced. That's why y'all broke up, because he's a piece of shit to cheat. But it don't take away from him being a father. That's what I'm trying to say. Being a father, being a husband, or being a father, or being a boyfriend, two different situations. It's a lot of men that wasn't shit as a husband, but they was great fathers. And it's not fair that the father got to be set up for failure because of personal issues between the woman and him. That's bullshit. But let me continue. Gail Lockett, the district attorney, says innocent. No one cares, says innocent. Ephraim said it again, innocent. I think I did that already. Let me see. Yeah, that's about it, man. A lot of y'all said innocent. I appreciate that. You know, like I said, you can't make this shit up. When you tell your story, you call out the bullshit. Sometimes they don't like the way you say it. Sometimes they don't like the truth. Truth do hurt. But you got so many men in the black manosphere that's calling out truth. And I'm one of them. And I'm in my own lane because I put the fuck child support and talk about child support in a whole nother realm. Where I keep talking about, keep showing proof, keep showing evidence. I ain't trying to shake hands with the politicians. There's a lot of these people that's fathers' right activists that's commercialized because they shaking hands with these politicians and legislators, take a picture to get more likes, more money, more notoriety. Got these fake ass feminists jumping into their platform to get more money and shit out of them dumb motherfuckers. I'm not doing that. I'm about the men. Equal rights for men. Women ain't going through that shit. The 15%, they going through the cracks. We're suffering. We getting set up for failure. When it's all said and done, the kids are the one who suffer. But I'm tired of people talking about it's men for not being a picture. No, it's these baby mama tears that choose single motherism or take the man out the picture for gummy daddy and raise the son to be son husband. Don't have no male figure around, but you got a bunch of married niggas hanging out in the crib that don't give a fuck about them. That's why these kids are getting killed by these weak ass symbol forces. They rather for a symbol force to watch that child than the father. But then you're gonna say it's his fault because he didn't fight hard enough. Bullshit. Like I said, go back to the old video I did a week ago with the 2-year-old getting killed by the baby mama Ted Simply Forcer. The judge denied him for getting custody, even though he had probable cause and evidence showing that this bitch is unfit. She lost custody of other kids and all that shit. The black judge, the black Kween judge, denied it. And now that baby is killed, dead and gone. I'm gonna go look at that email. I hope that bitch did get arrested, but the symbol force got arrested. And for those who first time coming in here, subscribe to the page. This is what it's about. Men and women are welcome to come in here. A lot of women here support this page. They understand where I'm coming from because many men are set up for failure. Their own father, their brother, their grandson, their own son. They know what's right. It ain't about men or women. It's about what's right. It's about the truth. And the truth is men want to be fathers, but not allowed to be fathers. The majority, not all. But like I said, change the laws in your mind, man, because if you don't, you don't want to be set up for failure. You're going to be like Black Rod, having strokes, kidney failure, struggling, complaining about child support, saying yourself a failure. He killed himself. You know? And I'm going to keep posting these legit videos and my truth. One thing you will not be able to call me is a liar. You could call me bitter, weak, run of a child's support, deadbeat, whatever you want to call, but you will not be able to call me a lie. Ever when it comes to this shit. Got to give a shout out to Unspoken Word for the $5 donation. I did that. Picked up my son every weekend and she didn't have to work, still put me on child support. Like I tell y'all, don't take my word for it. That's why I want men to tell their story. The problem is we didn't tell our stories. We didn't want to make it worse than it had to be. We didn't want to be labeled as deadbeats and low lives and all that shit. You already labeled that. You can pay your child support on time, extra money. You still a deadbeat. Does not matter. That's how they want you to be. Society see you that way. Government daddy see you that way. The baby mama terrorists see you that way, no matter what you do. So why would you continue to entertain a baby mama terrorist? Wash your motherfucking hands and move on. I'm just speaking the truth. And yes, hashtag justice for Jaden. That's the 2-year-old that was murdered in Parkland, Florida by the Simply Forcer because of a baby mama terrorist not letting the father get custody. And the judge system, child support that failed him. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, we support our kings. That's the most biggest crock of shit ever in the black community. So, you can take that how you want. Because the main ones hollering, we support our kings, is the main ones setting the black man up for failure when it comes to family court. So, yeah, for everybody just tuning in, who first time tuned in, please subscribe to the page. For those who don't know me, I'm Mr. Palmer, and I call out the baby mama terrorists and his unjust system when it comes to fathers being alienated, not allowed to be fathers, getting screwed by this system. Black, white, blue, or green, the baby mama terrorists come in all forms. All fathers are going through this. I've been doing this since 2017, posting on Facebook where I got over 134,000 followers and likes. That's where I got known at. Got an interview with fuck that. Got an interview with O'Shea Duke Jackson. Got an interview with Minister Jap. Got an interview with Ty City. Got an interview with Ramil. Got an interview with Bernard Riley. Got an interview with quite other YouTubers in the manosphere. So people know who I am. And I've been over here about a year now, and it's steady growing. My Instagram is got over 10,000 followers, and it's steady growing because men are getting tired of shucking and jiving and not speaking their truth. So even if y'all scared to speak your truth for whatever reason, send me the shit, I'll speak it. I have nothing to lose. So, like I said, the shit is real. It's war out here against men. And shout out to the women that are real queens, that are real women, that's about the child, who support the husband or support the significant other, who's in the trenches with them. Y'all more than welcome to come on here, because these are the women that we need for our support. The ones that really don't understand or assume, just go on the platform and get to know me a little more before you jump the gun, because you see a lot of videos about baby mama terrorists. How can you call yourself a baby mama anyway? You should be a child's mother. Why would you compare yourself to a baby mama, to a ratchet ass baby mama? You should be disrespected that somebody even call you baby mama if you know you're an actual mother to your child, and for the parent, both parents being involved. That's not me. I'm about what's right and what's truth. And the truth is men are suffering and getting set up for failure, not women. And I ain't gonna tickle no bitch chin just to get some type of lights and shine and more money. Nah, we have the problem. It's a man problem, all colors. But we as black men definitely have to get our mind right, because we already in the hole. We have to better ourselves and change the laws of your mind. So, I'm not gonna hold y'all no longer. I appreciate y'all prove me innocent. Like I said, if y'all new to this, please subscribe. I'm on here mostly every day, talking about different topics, talking about different situations. I come with receipts, and I'm calling out a baby mama terrorist, not supportive and good women. And the ones that do support it already know what it is. So I ain't gonna hold y'all no longer. I appreciate y'all tuning in. The ones that came in for the first time, I know y'all came in because y'all saw the hashtag, the @ with Kevin Salmon. That's cool. But I had to use him because for the situation where the sister put me as being weak and me being bitter, I had to state my case, and I had to use that from that perspective. So if y'all on Instagram, type in FCK Child Support, Twitter, same thing. If you're on Facebook, type in Fuck Child Support, like page, and they'll come up. Instagram, I told y'all, FCK Child Support. But YouTube, come on here, because this is where I'm doing all the real dialogues and the lives, interviews, and there's more to come. I ain't going nowhere. So I'm Mr. Palmer, and this conversation is over. Fuck child support, and court is now adjourned. Yeah. Peace.
Baby mama terrorist. BMT. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama.
Oops, my bad. Appreciate the bailiff telling me I forgot a super chat. And I try not to forget no super chat. Unspoken word for the $5 donation said, I did that. Wait a minute, I did say that, bro. I did that one. I did that one. Yeah, she still put them on child support. Yeah, I did that one, y'all. All right, court is now adjourned. I got to get back to, running for my child support. I'm going to keep doing me. And you're right, I don't have to explain why I put Kevin Samuel in the video. I just like to communicate with the squad. So shout out to the baby mama terrorist bounty hunters. I'm Mr. Palmer, and this conversation is over. Fuck child support once again. Peace.
Baby mama terrorist. BMT. It's my baby mama. I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. Riding around, try to play the Romans, innocent with an evil soul. In public, wearing fake hair lows, behind closed doors, she rock them horns. I moved on, she wanna teach me a lesson. Can't see my kids, man, I'm stressing. Couldn't see my son to give me his present. She got married to teach me a lesson. Telling people she did nothing wrong, knowing that well since I moved on. Thought that money would keep me home. Hell no, bitch, I'm gone. I don't know what you lost your mind. Try to say my name, but I know your kind. Saying I'm a deadbeat, bitch, you lying. Fighting in court, man, I'm trying to be a father to my kids. She focus on the wrong shit, worried about another beat instead of us co-parenting. Put my kids in grown folks' business, telling them lies, bitch, you wicked. Split personality, oh yeah, you twisted. Never thought I'd go through this. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddy.
Man, I'm glad I do what I do. I'm glad I still pay attention to when I log off. Got to give a shout out to Dollar Washer, man, for the $5 donation. My bad, bro, my bad. My daughter was in foster care for 5 years, and my baby mama terrorist didn't tell me. See what I mean? I'm glad I came back paying attention. I'm gonna do it one more again. I want y'all to hear that one more time. $5 donation to my man Dollar Washer, man. My daughter was in foster care for 5 fucking years, and my baby mama terrorist didn't tell me. But you sit back talking about baby mama terrorists are great mothers, Mother Earth, Queen of Queens, and all that shit, and the father's a deadbeat because he didn't want to be a father, but she put her in foster care for 5 years and not telling him shit. They would rather give the child to the motherfucking system, where there's chances of sexual trafficking and shit, where the child can be going through house to house, abused, raped, and everything else, then give it to the father. But you tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Deadbeat run for child support, and I'm gonna leave that motherfucker up there. 5 motherfucking years. 5 motherfucking years. I apologize, brother, for not paying attention, but this was a hell of a show, and we're gonna keep this shit the same way and keep it moving. I appreciate you. And this, see, man, you got the lead attorney up in here, man. The lead attorney. For those who don't know who the lead attorney is, he talks about the law of child support. He's been doing this for almost 20 years. I think 19 and a half years. I support this brother. Gail Lockett, the DA, is actually on his platform as well, supporting the page. He's a great brother, and I hope to have him on a show soon. Y'all definitely subscribe to that brother. He had 10,000, man. He came up real quick. I think he only been on for like 6 months. Shout out to him. I appreciate you for the $20 donation, my brother. One more again. One more again. And he's actually a real attorney. All right, y'all, man. Salute to everybody. I'm glad I was paying attention. I don't want to miss out on nobody's super chat, but I ain't gonna lie to y'all. When this thing get real big and I can't call at one time, it ain't my fault. But right now I can do it. And I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And once again, I'm Mr. Palmer. And this conversation is over. One more time again. Peace.
It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in cold. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar.
You know y'all ain't shit, right? Shout out to Gamers Last Mile. That's the bailiff, man. $2 donation. Why not even the bailiff got to get in this? Y'all ain't shit. Keep playing with me, man. All right, man. Peace.
It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coke. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coke. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coke. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coke. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups.